The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Thursday podcast.
Hey-o.
All right.
If you missed the end of the show and you come into the podcast to catch up, you missed a real doozy with our final Mystery Voices guests. We had a caller who'd never heard the voices. I don't think she'd ever heard of what it's like to call up and be a caller on radio.
I don't think she even tried to hear the voices.
No, I mean, at that stage, I would encourage her just to maybe take her head away from the phone, turn the radio up and listen to how it was going out to air, because she said that she made us play it 3 or 4 times.
And still complained that they sounded like robots.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm spilling stuff
What
everywhere.
are you doing?
I don't know what she was on
Luttsy
about.
the Cluttsy.
Squirting everywhere.
Whoa, hello.
And in her
That's
guesses,
who in this next movie.
we asked her to name anybody, somebody, anybody. And to add to your list, she eventually came up with Russell Crowe. Miley was what she gave us, being Miley Cyrus. She ran out Bruce Lee, who I know these voices are supposed to have a connection with you, Nikki. I dare say Bruce Lee was dead before you were born.
Yeah.
So probably run a line through Bruce Lee.
But you're good with nunchucks.
Yeah, and I want to punch people in the face all the time, but it doesn't mean
Probably
I
her
do it.
too,
and
right?
doesn't mean that I did it to Bruce Lee or vice versa.
We literally said, come up, just give us 4 names, celebrities around the world, give us 4 names. And she gave us Wonder Woman, a fictional character, which is really helpful. We then
And the
made
Seven
that.
Dwarfs.
Listen,
Yep.
she was a moron.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's not read too much into her.
Those-
Gee
but she
willikers,
did.
Ash.
There's no way she listens to our podcast.
She
No.
did.
She doesn't even listen to our show.
Yeah,
No.
add another 4 names to the list.
Yeah.
I think she just pressed stuff on her phone and all of a sudden she was making a phone
I
call.
reckon that was a butt dial.
Yeah, something. Drake, Ice Cube, Tom Cruise, Amy Parks, all added to the list of people that you could have checked out from yesterday's podcast as well. We'll have 2 more goes of it tomorrow.
Oh, someone guessed Damon Harriman.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
weren't here for that one.
Yeah, I was away for that. Yeah, because he's gone and won awards and done massive movies.
Yeah,
but
Ash and I suggested he doesn't exist.
No, he very much exists. And I worked with him on a film called Ned, which was a Ned Kelly spoof film with Abe Forsyth, also listed here, and Felix Williamson.
It was a spoof Ned Kelly
Oh,
film.
she done her
Yeah.
homework.
Yeah, definitely. And that was the first movie role I ever got straight out of drama school. I was cast as a 14-year-old virginal whore who was pimped out by none other than Cornelia Francis.
How would you be a virginal whore? That's a
whore if
contradiction.
you-
Because
Yeah,
it was
the
my
virgin.
first. It was my first
First
go.
day on the gig.
Yeah, and I came out,
With
and
a lot
then
of promise, obviously. She's
and
a
then-
virginal whore.
Yes,
Yeah.
Damon Harriman's character, who was part of the Kelly gang, just came up, and his hit online was, "Ever shot anyone in the face?" And
I'm not comfortable with this.
that. It's a spoof film, but anyway, that's. I'm just giving some backstory.
Spoof film.
Yeah, yeah, and he rides a Shetland. No, not a Shetland. He rides a miniature horse everywhere. It's funny. It's really funny.
I've never heard of that film.
Here, when you said spoof, I was thinking of there was another
I was thinking
spoof one
spoof.
from. I've just had a look.
You were thinking spoof.
I was just saying it was a spoof.
93.
No, it's not a porno.
spoof.
Yahoo
No.
Serious. Remember Yahoo Serious? And he had a Ned Kelly spoof one.
Yeah.
Now it's the same
You
spoof.
should-
It's spoof and everything.
What about
That
Yahoo?
was called Reckless Kelly.
Oh, we
Yeah.
saw
That
that.
came out
yeah.
later, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, yeah, but I was a kid when that came out. So that's when you say
Reckless Kelly's
Reckless
25
Kelly.
years old.
Oh, is it?
More
Yeah.
than that.
Oh, I've
Reckless
got to
Kelly
ask
was-
That
about.
was 90.
Did you see Yahoo? I saw him in the papers last week.
No.
And he's squatting in someone's house.
No.
He's an actor.
I just saw that last week. Like he's,
Sad he had a fair bit of success.
No,
there
most
is.
actors do that.
it was something like that.
Acting's hard, man. You can be famous and broke at the same time. I remember Scott Major, who was on Neighbours for years, and he was on Always Green, and before that he was on Heartbreak High as
I've
Rivers.
heard of Scott Major.
But in between gigs, he was managing a bar and signing the coasters for like all the Pommy fans. It was just nuts.
Yeah, so you got to find fame's good. So that's where we've hit the sweet patch here, where no one knows who we are, but we're making more money than these cats do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
it's
actors-
actually we're in the sweet spot.
Yeah, radio's great. It's way better than television.
No.
That's why I'm still here.
Well, presumably.
After 6 long weeks, I'm still.
8. It's been 8.
Oh.
8 weeks.
We only been here for 4 of them. You're bloody here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, well, get used
Says
to it.
me.
Get used to it.
It was in an
You're in
international.
Hong
I was in
Kong.
Hong Kong a week ago. Look, the point is there is no point. We'll move on.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.